When you step off a bush plane into the frozen Alaskan wilderness, you are completely removing yourself from the food chain's top spot. Up there, selecting your primary rifle caliber is not a fashion statement. It has absolutely nothing to do with what some keyboard commando posted on the internet. It boils down to absolute, uncompromising reliability. When the temperature drops so low your breath freezes before it hits the ground, you need to know your action is going to cycle. When you are staring down a 1,000-pound predator that views you as a trespassing snack, you need to know your projectile will shatter shoulder blades and scramble vitals. If things go sideways in the backcountry, the gear you carry dictates whether you walk out on your own 2 feet or do not walk out at all. Alaska forces you to strip away the tactical fluff. Hunters and backcountry guides up there have relentlessly tested and filtered out the weak links, leaving us with a very specific, battle-hardened list of calibers. Today, we are breaking down the top 5 heavy hitters for the last frontier. We are evaluating terminal ballistics, mechanical reliability in sub-zero environments, logistical availability, and recoil management under extreme physiological stress. Because when that adrenaline hits your bloodstream, you need hardware that keeps you breathing. Let's get out on the range and break these down. Number 5 is the undisputed king of the brush, the 4570 Government. This absolute brute of a cartridge has been laying down massive North American game since the post-Civil War era. Do not mistake this for some high-speed, low-drag precision rifle round. This is a devastating close-range wrecking ball. We are talking about hurling literal chunks of lead, ranging from 250 grains all the way up to 500-grain hard-cast dominators. Though your sweet spot for Alaskan defense usually hovers right around that 325 to 405 grain window. I usually run this out of a quick-handling lever action, sporting an 18 to 22-inch barrel, weighing in at a very nimble 7 to 8.5 pounds. That compact footprint is a lifesaver when you are thrashing through dense alder thickets and need to shoulder the weapon instantly. Consider this your 100 to 200-yard insurance policy. It is the ultimate tool for thick timber and navigating blind corners on riverbanks. Why does it thrive in the brutal cold? It is all about that straight-walled case geometry running at relatively low chamber pressures. You can pack the action with snow and glacial silt, and it will still violently extract and chamber the next round without skipping a beat. It is a certified fight stopper for charging brown bears and massive bull moose. But you cannot cheat physics. When you touch off a heavy load, it is going to rock you backward. The trajectory drops like a cinder block past 200 yards, and feeding this beast is going to run you between $2.50 to $4.50 per squeeze of the trigger. However, when a threat is right in your face, the 4570 Government ends the conversation immediately. Securing the number 4 slot is the bedrock of American marksmanship. The 30-06 Springfield. If there is a more adaptable, do-it-all cartridge on the North American continent, I have not seen it. The sheer flexibility of this round is staggering. You can load light 125-grain projectiles for smaller game, or step all the way up to heavy 220-grain bonded bullets for coastal bears. It lets you tailor your defensive and hunting capabilities flawlessly. Most of your traditional bolt-action setups for this caliber feature 22 to 24-inch barrels, coming in around 8 to 9 pounds once you mount quality glass. Weight distribution makes it incredibly forgiving on your shoulder, which is a massive benefit if you are putting in long-range sessions or dealing with previous joint injuries. If you understand your dope and wind calls, you can comfortably stretch this out to 400 or even 600 yards. In the dead of the Alaskan winter, the 30-06 is relentlessly consistent. It operates at moderate pressure levels, and arguably its biggest tactical advantage is pure logistics. You can find reliable cold-weather hunting loads at virtually any remote trading post or gas station across the state. Because it does not punish the shooter with abusive recoil, actually run high-volume training drills without developing a flinch. And at $1.20 to $2.50 per round, your wallet will thank you. The only true vulnerability here? If you are facing down an angry, charging grizzly at 15 yards, It simply does not deliver the catastrophic, bone-crushing kinetic energy of a dedicated big bore. But as the ultimate general-purpose survival tool, the 30-06 Springfield remains the gold standard. Stepping into the number 3 position, we have the long-range precision instrument, the 300 Winchester Magnum. When you are glassing a massive frozen valley and need to drop a target on the opposite ridge, this is exactly the tool you want in your hands. It was engineered specifically for a laser-flat trajectory and massive downrange energy retention. You will typically feed this platform 150 to 180 grain projectiles, though you can easily step up to the 200 grain heavyweights when maximum penetration is required. To maximize this cartridge, you are looking at longer weapon systems, typically 24 to 26-inch barrels, to 9 or 10 pounds. You absolutely need that mass to absorb the recoil impulse and keep your optics settled on the target after the shot breaks. This round absolutely dominates the 500 to 800-yard engagement envelope. Whether you are dropping caribou across the open tundra or anchoring a moose over a distant drainage. Mechanically, the 300 Winchester Magnum is a cold-weather workhorse. The belted Magnum casing and heavy powder charge guarantee consistent ignition even when the thermometer dips way below zero. Pair it with a premium bonded bullet, and you get devastating penetration across multiple zip codes. But that elite performance demands a toll. The recoil is incredibly sharp and fast. It will absolutely wear you out if your shooting fundamentals and stock fit are not completely dialed in. It is going to cost you between $2.50 and $4 per trigger pull, and humping a 10-pound rifle up a mountain is no joke. But if extending your lethal range is the mission priority, the 300 Winchester Magnum is a top-tier predator. Commanding the number 2 spot is the ultimate professional backup plan, the 338 Winchester Magnum. If you survey the hardened veteran guides up in the Alaskan bush about what they trust to protect their clients, this is overwhelmingly the primary answer. It is the flawless intersection between blistering velocity and a devastatingly heavy payload. It has been earning its keep out in the elements since 1958. Normally, you are sending 200 to 250 grain copper alloy or bonded slugs down the pipe, and let me tell you, it impacts with a level of sheer violence that makes standard .30 caliber rounds look small. Your typical rifle configuration is going to be a 24-inch barrel, weighing right around 9 to 10.5 pounds. It provides a rock-solid, balanced platform that points naturally under stress. It easily maintains a highly lethal footprint out to the 400 or 700-yard line. But what makes it special is the catastrophic energy transfer upon impact, when everything freezes over. The 338 Winchester Magnum acts like an armored vehicle. Those high ballistic coefficient, heavy for caliber rounds carry immense momentum. They will absolutely blast through thick, mud-caked hide, shatter dense skeletal structures, and destroy the central nervous system without deflecting. When you press the trigger on a 338, you have supreme confidence that whatever you just hit is staying down. The downsides are exactly what you would expect. It kicks like an absolute mule. The platform is heavy for backcountry movement, and ammunition will set you back $3.50 to $6 a round. But when a situation turns deadly and seconds matter, the 338 Winchester Magnum earns its reputation every single time. Taking the absolute crown at number 1. The undisputed heavyweight champion of the frozen north, the 375 H&H Magnum. Listen to me. This is not just a caliber. This is an institution in the firearms world. It did not gain its status through clever marketing campaigns. It earned it by keeping men alive in the most hostile environments on the planet for over a century. Born in 1912, this is the ultimate, non-negotiable, dangerous game insurance policy. You are sending massive, unforgiving projectiles downrange, usually in the 270 to 300 grain class. The rifles chambered for this round are built like literal bank vaults. Expect 24 to 25-inch heavy contour barrels, weighing a formidable 9.5 to 11 pounds. That immense weight is specifically designed to tame the explosive recoil, allowing you to reacquire your sights instantly if a follow-up shot is necessary. Inside that 300 to 500 yard window, it acts like the hammer of Thor, delivering an unparalleled combination of point-blank stopping power and medium-range surgical precision. But here is the secret to why it absolutely dominates Alaska: the cartridge case geometry. The 375 H&H Magnum features a highly pronounced, smooth taper from base to shoulder. This translates to the most flawless, slick feeding and extraction process in the firearms industry. Even if your chamber is packed with freezing rain, grit, and ice, that round is going to chamber. When a 1,000-pound apex predator is closing the distance, mechanical reliability is the only thing keeping you breathing. Yes, the recoil is substantial, but it acts more like a massive, rolling push rather than the violent, sharp snap of modern Magnums. Many seasoned shooters actually prefer this recoil impulse. Is it a financial commitment? Without a doubt. You are burning $4.50 to $8 every time the firing pin drops. And dragging an 11-pound rifle through knee-deep snow takes serious physical conditioning. But that is the cost of absolute certainty. For the survivalist who demands a 0% failure rate, the 375 H&H Magnum has no equal. At the end of the day, running a gun in these extreme environments has zero to do with feeding your ego. It is not about debating ballistics tables in a forum. It is about forged-in-fire trust, earned through brutal miles and unforgiving conditions. Every single one of these 5 platforms has a documented history of neutralizing threats in the cold. Whether you require the vast logistical flexibility of the 30-06 or the earth-shattering authority of the H&H Magnum, the undisputed best weapon system for you is the one you can run rapidly and accurately when your heart is pounding out of your chest. I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments. If a bush pilot is dropping you off alone in the Brooks Range tomorrow morning, which one of these platforms is slung across your back? Did I skip over your go-to backcountry setup? Sound off in the comments section below. If you found this breakdown useful and want to keep your skills sharp, smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into hard-use tactical gear. Stay vigilant, train relentlessly, and I will catch you guys on the range.